Welcome back, one and all, to Shadowrun Returns. I'm the Arcane Rogue. This is the morning after. Alright, we've got our comlink chips. We need to try not to blow our cover. If you remember from last time, the Baron suggested that we plant some comlink chips to make the run last night look like it was just a prelude to a bigger run. And then get ourselves into the security officer's, or the head of security's office. Supervisor has a look of a stuffer shack manager with delusions that he's on a career track rather than what he is, a disposable dime-a-dozen resource. Hey, there you are. I'm Steve Scott. I'll be your direct supervisor. Sorry I missed you when you first came in, but I only found out you were starting an hour ago when you suddenly showed up in the system. Weird glitch or something. Normally we'd watch an orientation trade and walk through our mission statement, but, well, it's gonna be hard for you on your first day, but you're gonna need to clean up some blood. Maybe a lot. Right, I'm a janitor. Whiz. You'll have your hands full. There was some sort of break-in last night. Some people were, just get things cleaned up on this floor, and listen, people are going to be on edge today, so try to stay invisible and don't get into any trouble. Otherwise, they're going to call me, and I'm going to have to reprimand you and put a note in your file. I'm your servant. What's first? I hope they get whoever did this. Only a fool would attack the Telestrian corporate office and think they can get away with it. Start heading from room to room and clean what needs cleaning. Good luck and welcome to Telestrian. It was me. What can I do for you? We're not gonna... Can't walk away from this conversation? I have to have this conversation? Fine. Top floors can only be authorized by the express authorization of Eric Silverstar, our VP of Security. You can head down to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Okay, better get back to it. There are two men staring into the vent and shaking their heads. Look, Raoul, I know you know that there's nothing in that vent. But when I told that to Silverstar, he accused me of not wanting to crawl in there. Said I was letting the company down by not displaying the corporate value of duty. The suits sure love their mission statements and all that drek. But today isn't the day for Telestrian Corp's duty above all crap. Several of us did the ultimate duty last night. Guess we should just be happy Mr. Telestrian isn't in today. Just get in there and take another look. I've got to go upstairs and report. Alright, so we did learn a little something just there. Filthy guard is looking into an open vent. He is clearly not enjoying the idea of climbing back into the duct. Sorry I tracked that drek all over the floor. Man, I can't believe what happened to the night watch. Me either. Hey, you think you're done with the vents for the day? They want me to get this room back in order. If anyone asks, you saw me in there, okay? Yep, sure did. We saw him. You saw him too, right, viewers? I know I saw him. Alright. Install comlink chip. Perfect. Okay. Nothing suspicious about this janitor who's totally not, actually cleaning anything. Nope. You know, none of this stuff was this much of a mess when we left, when we were here last night either. Hmm. Tech worker. Yeah, this wasn't all blasted open. Come on. As the Telestrian tech jockey turns to speak, you notice a panel has been removed from one of the land racks just behind him. Thanks for coming. Can you believe it? Silverstar is calling it an intrusion, but I know the aftermath of a Shadowrun when I see it. Start over in the corner and make sure you don't get any solvents on my servers. You think it would be you could duck out for a smoke or something? It'd be easier if I didn't have to clean around you. Oh yeah, no problem. Just another day in paradise, right? Thank you. We'll just pop that in there. And we'll take some of the land parts. Why not? I mean, who knows? Maybe I just blew my cover by taking those. Alright, let's find this third matrix junction. I have to say at this point, it's not looking good. I don't know how it happened. Nonetheless, our records show that this terminal was left unsecured in direct contravention of Telestrian corporate policy. You failed in your duty. I know it's duty above all for you security types, but I am the victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Silverstar gets his next promotion, that will become a value for your data pushers as well. Right now, it seems your value is clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go anywhere. I need to make my report to Eric. Well, I mean, you know, probably got this guy fired. Wage slave is on edge. He's staring vacantly at his terminal with his hands on his face and his fingers twitching. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Looks like you're in some real trouble, drummer. Buzz. Unless you can clean up a shattered career, leave me alone. I came across some items that might help you out. He shakes his head. I doubt it. You know who the guy who said life isn't fair? He was talking about me. Security's bullying you. But I could make it look like your terminal was tampered with and no one would be the wiser. You're right. There's no reason I should let security push me around. Just do it quick. Alright. Nice. Thanks so much. I won't forget this when your review comes up. Hey, no problem, sir. Just glad I could help. Would you mind clearing out of here for a while? There's a lot I need to do. You bet. Just remember to keep this just between us. Well, I feel like we needed to do that anyway. Just pop a comm chip in there. Very good, very good. All right. Let's come down here and see what we got. Anything? Anything? Nope. Okay. Let's head back to this security guard by the elevator. And we'll talk to the guard now. I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. Blah, blah, blah. Eric supervisor, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I found all these chips on some of the matrix switch boxes. Is that important? The guard thinks for a moment and activates his comlink. He turns back on you and has a brief conversation. Then he turns back. Mr. Silverstar wants to see you in his office immediately. Okay. I love spilling hot coffee all over myself. That's not extremely painful. Not at all. One moment, viewers. Okay, I'm back. Collecting the sample. The brutish dog-eat-dog existence of a slum dweller is a far cry from the quiet desperation and existential nothingness of a corporate wage slave. Yet after your time at Telestrian Industries, it's unclear which is more bleak. The elevator rises smoothly. Its blenderized music assaulting you once again as you ascend to the executive floor. And your goal. Alright. See signs of our battle. Let's go in here real quick. Maybe we can learn something about Mr. Silverstar. Hey, this is a restricted area. You can't go in there. Okay. Well, I don't want to blow our cover. Eric Silverstar. There you are. It seems that some of my best are letting me down, and it's good to see that you're displaying one of the most important of my 3 key values. It's duty above all, right? Well, yes, that is the first value, and I'm glad more than those of outside security follow it, and from a janitor no less. No, I am speaking of my third and final value here, of vigilance, which seems to be sorely lacking around here. Thank you, sir. Well, rewards and punishments must be given where required. Now please start filling out the report on the datapad, and I'm afraid I must ask you not to sit in my chair, given your attire. I need to go downstairs to investigate your findings. I'll be right back. Your comm begins to ring. You pick up. So these paintings, we must be what all those expensive deliveries were. We don't have much time. I am tracking Silverstar, and he is already stepping off the elevator. I don't think your disguise will hold up much longer. I'll update you on his movements. Hurry, mon ami. Alright, let's take a look at these paintings then. Painting is a small lighthouse in intense storm at night, perched on a rocky outcropping. Its light stabs out into the darkness. The plaque reads, Vigilance. Leave it alone. Take a look at this one. Painting shows a wild mountain landscape, with clouds ringing lofty peaks. The plaque reads, Independence. Leave it alone. We know duty is the first value. There's an open bottle of expensive scotch and a single glass that appears to be half empty and a half-smoked cigar. Walk away. Photorealistic painting of 5 massive harvesters in Telestrian colors in a staggered formation, cutting a swath across a rippling field of wheat. The plaque reads Unity. Okay. Depicted is a clock tower at a train station in downtown Portland in the tier. The plaque reads Efficiency. Leave it alone. Shows a profile of 3 elves in Telestrian security uniforms, looking upwards at a flag flying the Telestrian logo. The plaque reads, Duty. Push the frame. Frame clicks into place and the painting slides back into the wall. I'm gonna bet it's Unity. He has a few guards, a tech worker, and a very nervous witch they've gathered in a boardroom and is beginning to question them. Alright, wasn't that one. Push the frame. Let's try efficiency. He has finished interviewing a matrix tech and is now talking sternly to a pair of guards. Push the frame. Alright. Let's get the sample and get out of here. Okay. DNA scanner, well. Pick up the half-smoked cigar. I don't want to have to fight out of here on our own. Take the sample. Great work, mon ami. The time for stealth has passed. It has set off every alarm in the system. But I have unlocked the executive elevator, and your path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. Let's get out of here. You can't go in there. Hose, I do what I want. I mean, ladies, fraggers, wage slaves, I'm out of here. Detective Mikulski. Good morning, moron. Good morning, Detective Mikulski. It's a fine day for police corruption, isn't it? That's right, dummy. Keep flapping your jaw. That sort of thing will be perfect for where you're going. Mr. Telestrian wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. You can come along quietly, or you can meet him in a body bag. Come on, Drek for brains. Make the wrong choice. I'm going. But one day you and I are going to go round and round, Mikulski. I'm counting on it. The estate. From the floor of the Lone Star cruiser, you watch the tops of the downtown corridor's office buildings disappear, replaced by the gray overcast over the I-90 bridge. The nylon restraints binding your wrists and ankles, along with Mikulski's whistling to the radio, make for an unpleasant ride. A half hour later, the cruiser hits a whisper-smooth patch of road, and a magnificent mansion fills your view, its design a blend of old-world finery and elvish grace. The car pulls up to an abrupt halt, and you're dragged into the driveway where Mikulski pulls a nasty-looking knife and cuts your bonds. You look up to see that you're surrounded by a squad of green-clad ghosts. Special Forces troops from Tangier, massaging the feeling back into your numb extremities. You prepare to meet the man himself, James Telestrian III. Mikulski? Want some advice, moron? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner and you live by your own rules, don't you? I suggest you keep your smart aleck remarks to yourself this time, human. Mr. Telestrian isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Tangier and one of the richest men in Seattle. And he holds your leash, right, Mikulski? Use little lapdog, huh? Fido, huh? His eyes say, I'd love to kill you now, but his mouth continues its smirk. I got one of the richest and most powerful men in the Pacific Northwest taking care of me, moron. What do you got? Indigestion. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat. I'll dispose of your body later. Mr. Quoth? Mr. Quoth, who looks like he is a portrait of Edgar Allan Poe. The fussy elf, with the air of a Victorian butler, studies you before he speaks. He doesn't like what he sees. Well, I don't like what I see. Mr. Telestrian is expecting you. You will find him in his office. You his butler? I am Mr. Quoth, his head of household. Mr. Telestrian is waiting for you in his office. He is not one to be kept waiting. I don't care. He can wait. I said enhance. Algernon. There's a twinkle in Algernon's eye that wasn't there when you spoke at the Seamstresses Union. It's good to see you again. There's much to do. You run in some pretty different circles, don't you, Algernon? I do not run at all, Hexadecimal. I go where I am needed. I am needed here. Seek me out after you have spoken to James Telestrian. Perhaps I can be of service again. Something tells me Mr. Telestrian is, not entirely hostile towards us right now. I mean, sure, he's probably pretty miffed. But at the same time, it sounds like he wants to hire us for a run. As you approach, James Telestrian III looks up from the computer screen built into the surface of his desk and assesses you. Calculating and cold, a practiced smile comes to his face. He vibes the kind of rich you don't get from Trivid. It's not the clothing or the trappings or the bow before your betters mansion. It's something else. The feeling that you're being categorized as a resource or a liability. Or a pawn. See, that's the thing about pawns, though, viewers. Pawns, when they cross the board, can become kings. I've been reviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit, they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my Vice President of Security his job. In 24 hours, you have accumulated quite a bill with me, ma'am. How do you intend to settle your debt? Once my current assignment is complete, I would be happy to discuss working off my debt to you, Mr. Telestrian. That discussion may happen one day, assuming the outcome of this conversation does not result in your immediate termination. When one is in my debt, they remain in my debt until such time that I decide that debt is repaid. There will be no negotiation on that point, however. You have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in the little time you have left to live. Why you took what you took. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security teams up to my private office to access the Matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. Well, I took the Aegis sample to kill giant insect spirits. I find your bluntness somehow refreshing. He touches a button on the desk. Mr. Quoth, please ask my daughter to join us. The young, pretty elf has dark circles under her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. Marie-Louise, it's you. You're the woman who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get here? Thank you, Marie-Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and given me reason to forgive her for her trespasses against me. She looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. You did well back there. Without you, we'd all be dead. Thank you, but I'm not sure that death wouldn't be better than this. I can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream and I'll wake up and still be there with the bugs. Ugh. You can relax, Marie-Louise. You are safe. It is over. No! It won't be over until they are all dead. You didn't see them. You don't understand. You and those men you flew in here, all you do is talk, talk, talk. It's just like you to form a committee, Father. I knew that someone had to take action. That's why I got Arcane involved. The already cold exterior of James Telestrian III turns to ice. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Aegis to this woman. We will speak of it later in private. Now then, Hexadecimal, there are people I wish you to meet. The committee my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for a woman of the streets such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We will adjourn to the library. Sounds like I don't have much of a choice. Not if you wish to draw another breath. No. They always go sideways. There is a weight in Telestrian's library, a sense of magnitude and purpose. You are no longer in the presence of mere wealth. You are in the presence of history. Is that who I think it is? That looks like Harlequin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Hexadecimal. She is the human who saved my daughter and the only one who has faced our common enemy in combat. Herr Brachos, what does the representative of the great dragon Lofweir have to tell us about the magical insect this Shadowrunner uncovered? Brachhaus speaks slowly with a deep, melodious German accent. He takes his time, accentuating each word, relishing each vowel and each consonant, tasting them as if they were a delicacy. I do not know if I can do this man's voice justice. My lord Lofweir has witnessed the insect spirit's physical manifestation before, roughly 9,000 years ago. As you are aware, magic ebbs and flows from the earth, cycling from peak to peak over the course of 5,200 years. As the level of magic grows... Hanster, I love you, but could you babble on? You could babble on forever, and I believe time is of the essence. The painted elf addresses you. Hexadecimal, is it? Delighted. The bug you fought was not merely a magically awakened animal like a wyvern or a hydra or anything else in the sixth world. In fact, it isn't from this world at all. It's the physical embodiment of an insect spirit from another plane of existence. We are not going to ask Harlequin that question. I feel that Hexadecimal has been around long enough that she would at least know rumors of who Harlequin is. Is that why I couldn't kill it? Exactly so! Your little buggy friend exists on both planes simultaneously. Now, an insect spirit can't simply thumb her ride through astral space and show up on Earth late for dinner. Dinner in this case being us. Two elements are required to bring one across the void, a shaman and a host. First, the spirit calls upon a shaman, often in dreams. The spirit seduces the shaman with promises of great power. The shaman then accepts the spirit as his totem. Dog, 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 dog. Next, the insect spirit requires a suitable host. The best candidates are the disaffected and the disenfranchised, in short, the weak-willed. Their minds are the most susceptible to suggestion, which is helpful in making the transformation. As you may imagine, these are the sort of people easily attracted to a cult, such as the Universal Brotherhood. Finally, by performing what has to be a truly disgusting ritual, the shaman serving the insect totem implants the spirit into the host, willingly or not. Then it's feeding time. Harlequin is correct. The insect spirit will then slowly consume its host, while transforming it into the spirit's own insectoid body, thus manifesting itself fully on this plane. Whiz. Bugs from another dimension need killing. I get it. No, you don't, kid. Not by a long shot. This is bigger than hunting down an insect shaman or putting a few 9mm rounds into a bug. The initial bugs prepare a nest for the summoning of a queen. Once a nest has its queen, she literally explodes with newly manifested spirits. They swarm out of the nest, feasting on all the flesh they can find and implanting more insect spirits into the fresh corpses again and again and again. The room falls silent as they all consider the scenario faces grim. Telestrian breaks the silence. This is not an infestation, Hexadecimal. It is an invasion. Well, I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say kill 'em all! Oh, wait, no, sorry. My Lord Lofweir knew this day would come, but he did not know precisely when nor where. Your rescue of Mr. Telestrian's daughter has exposed the existence of an insect spirit for the first time in this cycle of the world. So you're early to the party this time. That gives you the upper hand, right? We are not early. We merely have experience on our side. The insect spirit is only a resident in the transformed host's body. Conventional weapons can hurt the body and expose the spirit, but the spirit itself cannot be destroyed by mundane means. Hence, Project Aegis. Her Telestrian's biotechnology and agricultural divisions worked with my Lord Loveware's thaumaturgical engineers and designed Project Aegis to destroy an insect spirit once it is released from the host. The formula, a fluorescing astral bacterial strain, exists in the physical and astral plane at once and can thus infect the insect spirit. Now, that was a mouthful. Did you memorize it, or are you reading it off index cards? My director of R&D, Diane Ravenwood, will explain how Project Aegis will be used in the field. Dr. Ravenwood? Our weapons specialists have rapidly prototyped a delivery device for the fluorescing astrobacteria strain. They've created some prototype launchers which fire Aegis-filled shells. When fired, the shells will discharge a high-velocity stream of the bacteria. In order to destroy one of the bugs, it must first be damaged using conventional weapons or magic until the spirit is released from the host body. Then, the insect spirit must be shot with the Project Aegis prototype launcher to destroy it. I imagine Hexadecimal is just, like, staring at this lady right now, like, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. So let me get this straight. In order to stop an invasion of insects from another dimension, a dragon and an elf co-created a magical insecticide. Crudely put, but accurate. We must stop the Universal Brotherhood from summoning a queen, and we must stop them immediately. You are the only one who has been inside their facility, and the only one who has personally fought these creatures before. That, along with your highly effective assault upon my property, indicates that you are the ideal person to lead the attack. I'm flattered. The painted elf grins. His red lipstick catches the light. You should be. Come on, kid. When fate taps you on the shoulder, you've got to pay attention. Unfortunately, she has the nasty habit of tapping you on the opposite shoulder so that when you turn around, she's on your other side, giggling like a deranged schoolgirl. I hate that. Enough. Are you willing to undergo this mission, Hexadecimal? I'm a professional, and professionals get paid for their work. I assume that serving all mankind involves compensation. Of course, here is my proposal. If you prevent the queen from being summoned and destroy the insects in the nest, perhaps? 1 million Nuyen will be divided by the surviving team members. Come on, Mr. Telestrian, stretch those philanthropic muscles of yours and toss a little more money into the shadows. How much is this plane of existence worth to you? Do not overplay your hand, man. You could still be arrested for the attack on my office and, if my sources are correct, the justifiable but illegal death of Dr. Holmes. Alternately, I could simply eliminate you and find one of the mercenaries you hired to play your part. I have position, Mr. Telestrian. You need to know that Aegis works before more queens arrive. Surely it's worth 1.5 million for a field test? Done. Harlequin claps his hand as if seeing the circus for the first time. I love the way that the short-lived are willing to die even faster. It's very inspirational. Rockhouse raises his hand and Harlequin's clapping instantly stops. There is one final note. A warning, if you will. You have seen the danger the insects represent, but you have not witnessed the shaman's power. The shaman must tap into a powerful source of magic in order to summon a queen. We do not know what abilities that power source will grant. Beware of the insects, but do not underestimate the shaman. Hey, don't scare the kid, Hansel. We still need her to go on the mission. By the by, I'm coming with you, Hexadecimal. I wouldn't mind seeing these creatures for myself. I missed them last time. Telestrian will bankroll you so you can hire the rest of the team. Find me when you're ready to go, and we'll bug right out of here. Get it? Bug? I imagine, Telestrian is so straight-laced, right? That I imagine dealing with Harlequin like he's just rubbing his temples in just pure frustration, right? Yes, speak with Harlequin when you are ready to depart. If you wish to acquire additional supplies for your mission, find my assistant Quoth. He is highly resourceful. Nice! So not only, do we get this, but we get to work with Harlequin himself. Very nice. Very, very nice. Alright, well, we'll gear up for this mission next time on Let's Play Shadowrun Returns Dead Man's Switch. Oh man, we've really gotten in over our heads, haven't we? Insect spirits, dragons. There's always a dragon. If you like this video, please let me know by tapping the like button and leaving a comment, letting me know what you think. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time, I've been the Arcane Rogue, and as always, I hope you have a wonderful day.